don't you go there. Look, there's some other people. They got swords.
Caught you, Namby. Curvy wretch. Look on him, please.
Don't hit me, Captain.
Pirates! I want to go home.
How shall we cook him, please? Do you see anything, Godfather? Who was that? I came from over there.
I gotta get back for dinner.
Where do you come from, boy?
Welcome. We are back. Another day in the market. Hope everybody's doing well. All right, let's see who's in the chat. It's been a long day, so I might be a little bit off tonight. But we got Linta Glenn, LF, Bell 70, Z, KTF, Rich, JG, Scrooge, SWW, Caleb, Koki, Corey, Laid Back, Eric, Zeke, I think I said that twice. Austin, what's up, everybody? We already have 35 people in here, and I just started the stream. The support lately has been insane. We got a lot to talk about. Let me run you through not the recap, but like the breakdown for tonight. We're gonna start off with some crypto for 5 minutes. We're gonna talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, SHIB, and Ecomi. I think I got it. I'll get to when we talk about Ecomi, but I'm gonna get to it why I just kind of paused right there. But you're gonna understand in like 5 minutes. And yeah, after we talk about crypto, we're gonna talk about the overall stock market pulled back, just like we talked about last night on stream. I'm gonna also show you the clip from last night on stream when we get to that segment of the stream. Then we are going to, after we talk about the market and I break down everything, we're gonna be talking about CLOV. There's two new patterns, kind of. And we'll talk about Fisker, obviously, which hit the second target of the swing today for like, I think a 54 or 53% gain, which is insane for everybody. That's not even just for premium members. So that was awesome. We're going to talk about Tesla. If anybody remembers what I said about Tesla last night, you might understand why I look frustrated right now. I'm going to explain that further when we get there. And then I'm also going to do a day trade recap for MU. And if you watched last night's stream, I literally said last night on the stream that I would be watching MU this whole entire week. I told all of you, whether you're in premium or not, and then today in premium, I shared MU calls with premium members in the morning, and they went up over 20% for a little bit. So I'm going to break down that day trade and kind of let you all know what my thought process was. Then we're going to go over the ongoing swings. We're even going to talk about Rivian, which I think is IPOing very, very soon. And it's been tough. I know we have not been doing take requests lately. There's just been so much for me to talk about. There's going to be phases. You all know this one. There's just so much going on. I like to spend a lot of time just talking about everything. And then there's times when the market's just not as crazy. It's just low volume and boring. And that's when I think we can find great opportunities doing ticker requests and when all of you are requesting stuff. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get a ticker request again tonight. I'm sorry. Again, there's always a Discord. So again, you know, when it makes sense to do them, I'll do them, but there's just so much to talk about. Speaking of, let me stop ranting and let's just talk about, or start the stream. All right, starting off with Bitcoin, putting a move to all-time highs last night. We talked about it. From a technical standpoint on Bitcoin, support is 63.6K, and then after that, you have 59.5K. Those are your two supports. In terms of resistance, I did look at the Fibonacci's last night on stream. These are the short-term Fibonacci's. 1272 at 69K, 1618 at 72.5K, and then long-term Fibonacci's from this high down to this low. 1272 at 74K, and then 1618 at 87K. If you ever get confused by some of the things I do on stream, like how I just drew those Fibonacci's, or when I talk about divergence, or just anything that I say, there's a 90% chance if I'm talking about some sort of technical thing on the stream, you can find it in my course. It's only $5,000 in the description. Just kidding, it's free. I really should stop making that joke, but there's a free course in the description. It's 3.5 hours long. If you ever get confused, go watch that course, links in the description. All right, in terms of Ethereum, pulled back a little bit. I sold Ethereum like right over here, like at the top of yesterday's candle, but then I did lose some money on SHIB today, so I don't know, kind of balanced out. But Ethereum small pullback, really no technical change. I'm not really going to give an update on Ethereum tonight. You can go back to last night's timestamps if you missed my analysis on Ethereum. Just really nothing has changed since then. Now we're going to talk about SHIB, which I am still holding, down a little bit, probably 4 or 5%. Still kind of looks like it's breaking a supply line to me, probably clearer on the 4 hour. Hopefully we're not going to have issues with TradingView right now. TradingView was really, really weird for me today. It was deleting like everything I was drawing. I had to completely redraw my S&P 500 chart. It was super weird. But yeah, SHIB, I think it kind of broke out of the supply line and flipped it into a demand line. So you could see this line for SHIB was where you were finding supply over there. Over here you had supply, over here you had supply, then you finally broke it, and now it's turning into a demand line, where instead of rejecting it, you're bouncing off of it, okay? A good example of this would be Bitcoin on the 4 hour chart, okay? Supply, you broke out of it, and then it turned into a demand line, all right? So pretty similar stuff there for SHIB. And now let's talk about ECOMI, all right? I think I got it. I think I said it correctly. I'm sorry if I didn't. But you all know I made that video on Sunday. If you didn't watch it, go watch it. But I didn't really know too much. Like, I understood VV and ECOMI. I keep on having to I'm like double thinking every time I say it. But I you know, now I understand them even more. But like I understood like the basics of them. But as I was doing research throughout the video I put on Sunday, I was learning more and more and more. And that video has been doing really well, especially with people in the ECOMI community. And I really appreciate all the support from everybody who's in that community. But in that video, I was just like slandering the pronunciation of the name. And I know it kind of, you know, I'm not going to say frustrated, but it just made me look stupid. Like, for example, if somebody goes and starts saying clover or like clover or something instead of saying clover, you know, like that. So I'm like trying to make sure I start pronouncing it right. Well, we talked about the technicals last night, the bump and run pattern. It tried to break out. It's currently not really broken out of the supply line. It's back under. Another update. I still do not own any. As I said on the video, I didn't own any when I published the video. I still do not own any. I'm still waiting for my money to transfer from my bank to Coinbase, so then I can move it to another exchange, because I can't move it off of Coinbase until the money's cleared. So I'm still waiting on that. But I still don't own it, but I do plan on getting some. But again, who knows? Maybe I wait to see better technical variables or something. All I want you to know is what I just said. Okay, I'm pretty much going to stop doing those disclosures. I just wanted to be very open about that for the first few days, because I know there's other people that make videos like the video I did on Sunday for very, very bad reasons. That video I made on Sunday was purely just me making it for fun. Didn't get paid for it. Didn't like load up a bunch of OMI before it. Didn't do any of that weird stuff. But I might get some OMI later. Who knows? In terms of technicals, it actually had a nice lower wick on the daily. Now it's pulling back a little bit again, down about 2.5% in the last hour. So we'll see what happens there. And this was really cool to see. So another YouTuber, Cavell. I'm sorry, I'm so bad with pronouncing stuff. I mean, people who watch the stream, you already know this. I don't know, I always make myself look stupid. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but really, thank you for making a reaction to my video. This thing got like over 5,000 views. I just saw the video like an hour ago, which was really cool. I'm not gonna like replay it, but he was basically like reacting to everything I was saying. He was super kind, especially since I'm like a beginner and you know, understanding this token and the app and everything. So appreciate all the support. Got a lot of messages too. That was super cool to see. So thank you for all the support there. And we're gonna come back to this clip after we talk about the market. So let me finish talking about crypto with Filecoin. This is the swing for right now. It is up 11% since the entry. This was alerted last week. Again, all you gotta do is be in the Discord. You don't even have to be a premium member for the crypto alerts. I just share it to everybody. If you're not in the Discord, the link's in the description. But yes, it's up 11% since the alert last week. It's testing a breakout right now of this supply line. If it breaks it, then I'd say the next resistance is 75.6, which is your 200-day moving average. In terms of support, there was like a lower time frame resistance, I think, like this. So this zone was kind of your lower time frame resistance. That's now your lower time frame support. If it can close this 4-hour candle above it. Really hasn't closed the 4-hour candle above it yet, but we could see if it can. Or we will see if it can. Let me skip that song and let's talk about the market. Futures are red, down about 0.25%. Gonna get started with the S&P 500. I didn't even have time to draw supports on it like I usually have, but I don't know what happened today. But TradingView, like 3 of my charts just got completely deleted, and then like on my CLOV chart, it was like I would draw something on the chart, I'd go to another ticker on TradingView, and then I'd come back to the CLOV chart, and whatever I drew, it would just disappear, and then I have to draw it again, and then it was just super frustrating. But yeah, I redrew everything here. This kind of looks funky on the daily, but I really mainly drew it for the weekly. Why is this not on the weekly? I swear, I mean, I literally drew that on the weekly. I don't even know what's going on. It's like unselecting the time frame. I don't even know if it's just me being stupid, but this is pretty much what I got on the weekly for the S&P 500. You can see it tapped the upper supply line. That's something I actually forgot to talk about last night on stream. But on the daily, it's not really tapped it again. With the weekly and the daily, the candles, they're the same. It's the same data, but they might look a little bit different because again, you have a week's worth of data compared to 1 day. So that's why the lines will be a little bit off, and I don't really want to draw 2 separate ones. But yeah, let me replay the clip from last night before we actually talk about the market. But just really quickly, S&P was down 0.35%. Russell was down over 0.5%. NASDAQ was down over 0.5%. ARK ETF was down over 2% today. So pullback day. Can't be surprised if you watched last night's stream. Why did it? I don't know. I'm charting 1-hour demand lines, and I'm seeing whether they break or not. Now, even if we do start breaking down certain supports, even though there's not really many supports in these areas, I don't expect there to be much of a huge pullback. I do think, however, I don't see any fundamental reasons for a pullback for the market, but I do think just simple supply and demand and oscillators that usually lead to reversals. I do think you look at the fear and greed index, like just not really fundamental, but just from a supply and demand, fear and greed index, technical analysis standpoint, we're at areas where it makes sense to pull back a little bit. Again, I think a pullback is not financial advice. I do think a pullback is a buy, but at a certain point, you know, not the second we have one red day or one real red day for the market. It's like, all right, buy the dip, we're going back up. You know, we might get a week or two of like just maybe not even pullback, but just sideways action. But I really think we haven't even, as a market, sat down to understand what just happened yet. I think everybody's still just so caught up in the Tesla going crazy, the AMD going crazy, whatever it is, like that. I don't think that this has really been processed by the market, and the market like So said that last night on stream, and obviously a bunch more. Wanted to keep that short, but yeah, still kind of the same opinion. I don't think that this is it. I think actually we could pull back a little bit more tomorrow or Thursday, but I don't expect us to see any large, like literally if we were to keep pulling back, like maybe give up like this or something. Like I don't think we're seeing anything like this week. I don't think we're going to get under 4,600 on the S&P this week. Over time, who knows? But again, I'm just talking about very, very small moves in the short term. And now you do have that bearish engulfing candle. It's pretty much, this is technically a bearish engulfing candle too, but pretty much like your first real one. I mean, that's a real one too, but obviously it didn't really play out or anything. And yeah, I mean, from a technical standpoint, on the 1 hour, I drew those supply lines, which I showed you all last night on stream. I mean, demand lines. The S&P is actually kind of just tapping it right now. The Russell 2000 did break it, and I actually showed you this last night on stream when it was right over here. And I told you all I had Russell 2000 puts. I got out of them pretty early this morning, I'm not going to lie. I got out of them somewhere on this candle. I don't remember where. Definitely could have taken some more profit, but I don't even have puts anymore. Like clearly, I was talking about a very small thing, and again, it could drop even more. So maybe I regret taking profits on those puts tomorrow. It's a pretty small profit, but hey, profit's profit. So we already talked about the S&P 500. I mean, the supports are the same. 454 is really your closest major one, but that's like kind of far away. I mean, they're almost 3% away. I don't think we're getting there this week unless there's some sort of a catalyst. So it's a little bit iffy. I mean, you have this gap fill, but that already got filled. We just filled it. Like, I don't know. It's really hard to do TA above like these levels apart from like this demand line I drew. And now also you have the chance of getting 1 hour hidden bullish divergence. So maybe that actually plays out and you start bouncing up. So now you're kind of getting mixed variables in lower time frames. But on those higher time frames, we'll see. In terms of the Russell 2000 for all the small cap traders, not the best candlestick pattern. I think that's kind of like an abandoned baby. So this is pretty much your abandoned baby. I think you're supposed to have a doji at the top. This really wasn't a doji candle, but similar psychology to a doji candle. Basically, you have a green day, nice green candle. You gap up, you put in an indecision candle, then you gap down afterwards, and then you have a red flush day, which similar psychology, not perfect. But you do have that on the Russell 2000, but you already broke out. We already talked about how it was looking bullish over here. So 233.5 is your support. I see for the Russell 2000, also 3% lower. So I don't know if we're gonna have room to get there this week without any catalyst. I'm not a bear. I'm just, like I said last night, you're just a little bit overbought. A little bit of greed is in the market. Too much of greed is in the market. Very short term. That could quickly change in a day or two. And yeah, that's really it for the IWM. In terms of the NASDAQ, pretty much the same thing. Bearish engulfing candle. Would be interested to see if it bounces off of like 15.8K should it test that level. Pretty much a gap fill, maybe a little bit above that. And finally, the ARK ETF. I mean, in my opinion, I was super spot on with the ARK ETF right over here. If you're a premium member, we traded calls like literally at the bottom for the ARK ETF. Had a crazy run. Then I talked about the cup and handle on stream for all of you back at the end of October. That broke out. And then I also shared the resistance for the ARK at 126. It almost got there, got up to 125.8. And then it pulled back. And this is the lowest close for the ARK ETF, I think since October 28th, and pretty much the first close under the 200-day moving average since it broke above it on the 1st of this month. So not the best technical wise. Short term, again, you never know. It never even got overbought like the S&P did. And you are losing a little bit of momentum on the daily. And since you made a slightly lower high from this high to this high while making a higher high in your MACD, which is pretty much the oscillators doing the opposite thing as the price. So you have a little bit of almost confirmed hidden bearish divergence on the ARK ETF. Again, if the market just stays fundamentally bullish, this could just get overridden. It could just lead to a small pull. I mean, what would be interesting to me, this would be really interesting. If the ARK were to sell off to here and then get back up here, you got one of the cleanest inverse head and shoulders. But again, it's not even developed a right shoulder yet. So it's way too early. I'm just throwing different possibilities out there. So yeah, that's the overall market. I mean, the US 10-year bounced up a little bit today, kind of testing 200-day moving average, and then gold's going even higher. There's a little bit of a resistance right here. Let me delete this one. We talked about gold breaking out over here. I know gold's so 80s at this point, I guess, but got a little bit of resistance at 1833 on gold spot. I wonder what gold was doing in the 80s actually. I'm gonna have to go to the monthly. Oh, it's not on this. Let's see if I can find that. I don't think so. Oh, yeah, we actually can find it here. Oh, so gold was going up in the 80s. Let's go. Wow, it was like a dragon pattern. That's actually, oh my gosh. I wish I would have seen this chart if I was alive. Yeah, for all of you who are older than me, if only you had me back in the 80s to spot this monthly dragon pattern on gold with classic bullish divergence. I mean, wish I was there. That was pretty, yeah, probably hit like 38 to 50%. Oh my gosh. TA playing out in the 80s before there was even trading view. Can you believe it? So that's the overall market. What should we talk about next? We could probably talk about Rivian first, and then we'll talk about CLOV, and then the other stuff. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't know. So let's talk about Rivian first. Let me see what's up in the chat before we even talk about Rivian actually. So do we know if Rivian's IPOing tomorrow for sure? What's the deal? I was seeing a lot of chatter on social media. Let's see what's up in the chat. Keep hitting that like button if you didn't already. Hit the subscribe button. We got like 25 subs overnight. We got like no sub. I think it was glitched out. We had a lot of new people watching last night's stream. I think like half of the viewers last night were not even subscribed. And like during the stream, like it didn't look like anybody was subscribing, which was weird to me. And then I woke up this morning, there was like 25 more subs. So I don't know if there was like a glitch, but I appreciate the new subs if you're new to the channel as well. Hit the subscribe button. Also, thank you for 3,600 subs. We hit that overnight. Vibes in the chat for that. Let's see what's up in the chat. Make sure to join the Discord. It's free. The link's in the description. If you want to join the premium Discord, that's also the first link in the description. And the course is in the description and my disclaimers. So it's up in the chat. Big Nate says, where can you find the fees for all the cryptos? Like, doesn't SHIB have a 10% fee when you buy and when you sell, or no? I don't really know that much about SHIB. I don't think I paid a 10% fee for buying it. Hopefully I didn't. I think that's SafeMoon though, isn't it? But I'm pretty sure like nothing I can think of I've ever traded in crypto has like a fee to buy and sell that's 10%. I mean, that's crazy. Like, how do you even like take day trades? I mean, I know crypto sometimes go insane, but like you can't even take 10% profits. Like, that's a trade in itself, 10% gains. Like, what? But I guess, I mean, SafeMoon went crazy. I don't even know if I want to look at the chart, but I guess it did go crazy and then kind of went the complete opposite direction. I don't even know what it's done the last month. Actually, yeah, it's not pulled back. I mean, from a percent standpoint, this is to USD, yeah, 35% drop after that type of move. SWW says, TradingView messed me up too. My indicators were in the wrong place. Put it all back. All right, that's good. L says, do you think PayPal is a buyer? Do you think it's going to keep dropping? I don't see an edge. I looked at PayPal's chart today. I don't see an edge on the chart. It's up to you. You make your own decision fundamentally. I use PayPal every single day. I understand the business, but I haven't done due diligence on the business. And I don't know what their numbers look like, so I can't really voice my opinion. IPO tomorrow at $78 per share, maybe 79. Cheddar Free says 78. Miroslav says 79, but also said I think, so I might not be sure. And then Cheddar also says it's above raised target range, valuing at 77 billion, so that went up. Wish has earnings tomorrow, says Meg. Tesla open was insane today. We're going to talk about Tesla. I'm going to talk about Rivian, then I'm going to talk about Tesla. Then I'm going to talk about CLOV and the ongoing trades, and then I'll do the day trade recap on MU. All right, so that's probably going to be the flow. Zeke says, can you show me how to draw a rounded bottom from a straight line? I don't really know what you mean by that, but the fourth thing you can select on the left side, you go over here and you hit curve to draw rounded bottoms. Like that. I don't know if that answers your question. So let's go back over to the other. All right, so Rivian is set to IPO tomorrow. I'm sure a lot of you did not watch this video, so I'm probably just going to skip through a bunch of different parts, but just so you all can know what Rivian is. You know, they want to have their batteries have multiple life cycles, 100% animal-free material.
Let's go help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual. Okay, who sat at my desk?
Not sponsored. I do not know these brands. Actually, I do know them, really, but it's not sponsored. New, culture of just a cleaner earth, right? And that's what a lot of these EV companies are doing. But one thing that a lot don't have is recyclable material, and just really focusing on start to finish completely, not natural, but much more friendly for the environment. So, I mean, look at this. They have containers at a plant that are reusable and made from plastics in the ocean. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything that they're trying to make from not only the vehicle, but actually their production. They're trying to make it as clean as possible. With their operations, they have a network of offices, test labs, experience centers. I'm just reading, as you can see. They have a 2028 net zero commitment, 5 with a 300-mile range for the truck, and then for the SUV starting at 70K with, again, a 300-mile range. So I'm not sure if that's the most competitive specs. We're going to look more into the specs in a second based on price point. But if we out in a little bit. So really just a lot of off-roading here for EVs. We'll see how this compares to Ford. Cloud-based architecture and network of onboard computers. Interior, nice. A lot of exterior colors, I like that. I really like the look of this truck quite a bit. Panoramic specs, just one's a pickup truck, one's an SUV. Moving on to the experience tab. This is what I was talking about, you know, relating it to Fisker. You can manage everything on your phone through the computer. I don't even know if this is like, you know, the casual thing now for just combustion vehicles and, you know, Ford and all those companies, but it's interesting that we're seeing how even cars are switching over to D2C. Potential launch date. So this is, I don't know, I said these, but so they pretty much are going to be having their first round of vehicles in July. It was a month later than they originally promised, but I believe 2022 is, yeah, in the spring. I don't know. I'm so sorry for my camera like blocking everything, but in the spring of 2022 is really when they're looking to really put a lot of cars on the road. And Sachs, JP Morgan, and Morgan Stanley, pretty interesting backers. We have, so you can see right here, the company is working with Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Morgan Stanley for the IPO, targeting a $70 billion valuation, which was also reported by Bloomberg literally last Friday. So I'm sorry for all the ads. These websites suck, but very interesting there. And then you have Amazon and Ford. Okay, so I made this video months ago. Cheddar Freeze is saying that that valuation is now roughly 77 billion. So it's up about 10%. Putting investments. Also, I was smiling. Mehdi said, if I can find it. Medi in the chat said, "You look so much younger in the video." It's been a long few months. Yeah, I definitely feel like I've aged a lot. But let's get back to the video. Into this company. That's one of the biggest deals I think we have right here. Obviously huge companies. One is a tech giant. The other one is one of the most well-known car companies in the world. Those are definitely two companies you would like to see backing an EV. I think that's very strong. I mean, Lucid has a very good team. Fisker is a little bit more newer. They don't have much well-known backing aside from Bill McDermott, and they also have Apollo Global Management who led this back with them. But very, very interesting. Backing. All right, so there you have it. Amazon and Ford backed Rivian. Had a valuation of 27 billion in January, or at least Reuters reported that. So yeah, now 77 billion. Like, again, these are different places reporting different things. So go fact check all that yourself. But yeah, so let's go back over to the chart. Just wanted to, I can't really look at the chart for Rivian because it's not, even if there were to be a chart, there'd only be one candle on it. So just wanted to share that video. Wedding photos gone wrong. These are not my ad recommendations, by the way. This is on incognito, just saying. Otherwise, it wouldn't say that, but just want to let you know. Let's go back over to the charts. There we go. All right, let's throw the music back on. All right. No way. I redrew this daily time frame probably 10 times today and it deleted it again. Like, how? Why? All right, I guess I can't even, like, it's really frustrating. Look, TradingView, I love you, but I don't know what's up today. It might just be my fault. I don't know. I just might have too much data on TradingView. All right, so we're about to talk about Clover. Keep hitting that like button if you didn't already. What else is in the chat? SWW says, been quietly buying Polestar and warrants. Excited to hear your thoughts. Yeah, GGPI, I think it put in like a new market hours all-time high like yesterday or something. I know I was talking about it quite a bit, but today it put in another one. So hey, I mean, I was talking about it in these areas. So yeah, nice to see it's moving higher. Not much I can do from a technical standpoint on GGPI though. So you just got to look into Polestar by yourself. Gunslinger says, what's the IPO price for Rivian? I think it's around 70. What did Cheddar Free said? Around 78, or at 78. But those things can change in real time, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, throughout the day. Like, I think I remember with Roblox, like, they were changing, like, for a lot of these Roblox, I think Robinhood too, they're going to be changing it. I mean, from the IPOs I've seen this year, a lot of them were kind of, they actually only were tradable around like 1 p.m. EST, and like for like the hour or two leading up to it, the open price was kind of changing around. So yeah. All right, let's talk about CLOV. We're going to start off with the daily. I already had some stuff drawn. If you're in the Discord, then you already know about one of the patterns. But very, very simple. I'm not even going to say it's a bullish pattern. It's also not a bearish pattern. You got a neutral pattern here, which is a symmetrical triangle. The reason that we now have this pattern after today is because of the test of this demand line. So we have 2 taps on the top, right over here and over here, and we have 3 on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. So it only had 4. It only had 1, 2, 3, 4. You need 5 for it to be a real pattern. It had the 5th tap of one of the lines today. So now you have a symmetrical triangle on CLOV. This can break either way. It's not a bullish or a bearish pattern. It's just a neutral pattern. So whichever way it breaks could be telling. You never know. You could get a fake out as well. Anything's possible. Just bringing up 2 lines for you to see. And then also, I'm sure you remember I had this charted. So let me rechart this actually. I think I charted 15. This is 1510. Okay. So we have this. I'm gonna make this neon green, the symmetrical triangle. And you already know about all of you already know about. Let me make this yellow. You know about this supply line because I'll show you on the 4-hour. This stresses me out so much. I did so much work on this chart and it's just gone. But basically, if you just go back to my last streams, I had the dragging pattern on the daily. I moved it over to the 4-hour. Basically, it's the same exact supply line. And then, all right, let me just make this easier for myself so I'm not going to be stressing out. Let's put that on the 4-hour. Let's go back over to the 4-hour. Basically this, you've all been seeing this on my daily time frame for the last however many days. We have a supply line, higher low double bottom, already broke it. Okay, so you have that. Now on the daily, instead of, we definitely could just look at the 2 lows. And again, you don't even have to use that first high over here. You could just use this high and connect it to this high. But what if we do this? All right, what if I put one more line on the chart? So many lines, much wow. And look at that. Let's take that off the 4-hour chart. So we have this symmetrical triangle, right? This green pattern. It's not broken out to either direction yet. And now also, if we zoom out, pretty much I already had this line. I just drew another one. But basically you could see, just like how we talked about 5 touches on the symmetrical triangle, in this wedge you have 1 and 2 on the supply line, just like you have over here on the triangle. And then on the wedge, you have 3 on the demand line, just like you have on the triangle. So you have 5 touches as well. And you can actually see that this actually broke out yesterday, or even actually broke out on Friday, had followed through price action yesterday during market hours. And then with earnings today, it came back down. It's too early for me to even just call this a back test. I mean, it's kind of sitting right at the supply line right now, maybe a little bit under. But basically, I don't even consider CLOV to have like we broke out. Like when last night's stream was titled like Clover earnings breakout, I was mainly talking about this. The higher the close, or the highest close in like a week, it was closing at around 782 for like a week straight. We were talking about that 785 resistance. And the breakout during market hours was it closed above, but then earnings, like I literally said last Thursday, earnings will override technicals. And then you had your earnings overriding today. But really, the main point of me bringing these up on the stream is now it's a lot easier to visualize which way CLOV breaks out, whether good or bad. And it makes it, to have, sounds just really stupid, but to have lines on your charts, it just gives you something that you can visually look at to help you understand the trend a little bit better, right? So that's why I added to my chart today. Also, another thing I kind of looked at was on the 4-hour. I'm sure a lot of you remember this alternate bat that we were talking about when, I'm going to say it again, kind of called that bottom on CLOV. There was like a butterfly as well, and it was like, yeah, the classic bullish divergence on. It was perfect. I mean, that was an amazing bottom. But now another way to look at this is you have that alternate bat, reaction low, potential reverse low. But again, like this would have been so primed if CLOV just didn't drop 6% today. Because now like you were having like, that double bottom at the PCZ, you were testing the neckline at the close yesterday. And then today after the earnings, like now you're shooting back down. You still are above the low of this low, if that makes sense. But it's none of the technicals really got harmed, but they looked better at 4 p.m. EST yesterday. That's the better way to put it. So really, as I said last night on stream, we had the earnings. We went up initially, went up to 850. Then we went all the way back down to like 760 or 750 after hours. And then we went all the way back up to close around 8. So after hours was only down like 1%. Then in the pre-market, we were only down like 1. And then it just flushed at the open. So that's really what happened. I think there was some news. I think Bank of America said something about CLOV not being profitable for whatever amount of time. And that came out in the morning. And yeah, I don't really I didn't really see anything that was bad from the earnings. I didn't see anything that was insanely good. I think it was a good earnings, nothing too crazy, but definitely not bad from my perspective. Again, I say this all the time. What I think about a stock or its earnings or its chart does not matter in the grand scheme of the market. I am only one market participant in millions and millions and millions of traders. Okay, so I'll have my opinions. When I'm right, I'll profit. When I'm wrong, I'm going to lose money. But my overall opinions are not going to be moving the stock. And all of you need to realize that with your own opinions as well. So yeah, those are pretty much what I updated onto my CLOV chart today. And 1 hour chart, we had the butterfly and the alternate bat. Then we had the shark, and then also, hopefully it's still on my chart. How? I literally charted every single time frame and none of them saved. And I charted them like 4 times because they weren't saving. But we also have this. I might just chart this on the 1 hour. It's not as much data on 1 hour, so it's better to chart it on the 30-minute. But you had that shark. I mean, let me just draw it first. I don't know why I'm lagging so much right now. TradingView never does this, or my computer never does this when I'm live, but all right. So we had this harmonic play out, which I literally talked about when it was at the PCZ. There was one failed harmonic round over here. I'm sure some of you remember. There was the original bat. That was the failed one. It didn't bounce at the 886. It turned into an alternate bat that I just showed you over here. That's what happens. A failed bat can turn into an alternate bat. But then you had the shark, which we talked about. That played out up until yesterday. And now, again, it's clear on the 30-minute, but third harmonic, I don't think I put it that time. I put on the 1 hour that time. Can't complain. Let me put on the 30-minute now. But now in the 30-minute, you have this sharkish pattern. So you could see pretty much a 1.09 retrace. It's not a 1.13, but over here was also 1.09 where it bottomed at. You could see from the X point to the D point. So 1.09. And B point doesn't really matter too much. The C point is within the confines. Only thing is, as the Lump was saying earlier in Discord chats today, Carney looks for a 1618 on B to Ds. I talk about this all the time on stream. Never going to discredit anything that Carney has said or any technical legends have said. They're all honestly smarter than me, but I have a system that works good for me and I follow it. So there's certain exceptions that I use, not just for Carney's harmonics, but for all of these other goats of TA's research. I tweak them a little bit for what works for me, what I've seen in the past. For example, on butterflies, I like using 1618s and even sometimes 2618s. And I think 1.27s are like the main thing that Carney looks for, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, all these people are really, really smart. And their systems work great for them. I use the majority of their systems and I share them on the stream, but there's certain things that do that a little bit different. So lower time frames, you know, had a low over here. Then it maybe is trying to put in a little bit of a higher low again. Very low time frames. We'll see what the pre-market looks like. You know, this is just a little thing. The main thing I'm focusing on right now is the daily and the 4 hours. So, yeah, okay. That's CLOV. I think you have autosave turned off. I do not. And I always save my charts before I quit TradingView. So that was CLOV. We could talk about Fisker now. Can we? Can we? I want to see a lot of vibes in the chat, okay? I'm going to be completely honest. Back in the day, there were so many vibes for swings. I'm just being straightforward. Again, this is not me complaining. There just really isn't vibes around swings anymore. Maybe it's just what the market was doing in the summer for a lot of swings, but it is what it is. But I would like to get vibes for one night. First swing that just went 53% in profit, confirmed. So can we get some vibes for one night? I know, you know, I used to, I don't know. For those of you who were here like back in the day, like when like this swing played out and like when this swing played out and this one, like things were just crazy. Things were just crazy. I don't know. This one was cool, but vibes have been different recently. It's a little bit sad. But yeah, 53% profit in probably like a month and a half on the Fisker swing. I didn't put a third target. When I initially alerted this at $13, it's now at $20. If I were to, in terms, like, let me slow down for a second here. And again, I don't know why my TradingView is lagging. A little bit of technical difficulties. Third target. I mean, I already told you the next resistance is. Like, if I were to be putting more targets, I can't even talk as well. I don't know what I'm doing tonight, but Just trying to line this up. This would just be my third and my fourth. 2158, 2367. So I didn't share them because again, it was at 13 bucks. When the stock's at 13, sharing targets for 21 and 23. In hindsight, like, yeah, you know, this still could definitely play out, but you know, that would be like 80% gains. And I don't want to, technically, if I wanted to, I could just make unlimited targets for the swings, and then however much it goes up to, and it's still a winning swing. But again, I try and keep the targets to whatever I think the measured move could be based on the variables I'm looking at. And we were looking at this. I don't know why I took it off my chart. And also, I really need my trading view to stop lagging. We're looking at this. So I targeted a gap fill, and then I also targeted the C point. Let's go. Barasan with the $5 tip says vibes for swings. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for all the support. Vibes in the chat for Barasan with the $5 tip. First tip of the night. Hope you're doing well. And also thank you for all the vibes that I just saw in the chat. So yeah, targeted a gap fill on this swing, and then I targeted, I think, between the A and the C point. So just textbook targets at that time. And there you go. Pretty nice swing, if I do say so myself. Let me skip this song. So that's Fisker. BENE, I'm not going to look at it right now. I mean, this didn't even move today. We can move over to XL next, but let me just read the chat for a second first. So we're just going over the ongoing swings right now. Levi says Bank of America reinstated a price target of 10 and said CLOV wouldn't be profitable until 24. Not sure if they're reading the same report. What else is in the chat? Medi says, yo, I remember when like 9 out of 10 swings hit target within max 2 weeks. January and the first half of February this year, and also June of this year, I don't even know. Like, obviously a lot of luck was involved with how amazing the market was. But like, for those of you who are here, I don't even have to say anything. Like, you already know what I'm talking about. Like, we could go back to the weekly sheet and look at those weeks. Like, it was on my pinned tweet. But like, I don't even comprehend how like this is even possible. Like, I genuinely don't. Like, when I look at this, it just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. And I'm saying that about my own swings. Like, it actually like just surprises me, which hopefully it surprises you too. But like, yeah, crazy. You give me a good market for mid caps and growth stocks, and even some like small but almost mid caps. Like, you give me that type of a market, and not always, past and always indicative of the future. But for those of you who've been around for a while, you know what I might be able to pull off. Well, we've been doing pretty good in the past month with the swing. We've had a lot of swings hit targets in the past few weeks, a lot, and barely any stop out. We did have one stop out today, but really not that many swings have stopped out in the past. Even even in September when the market was down like 6%, like the sheet, it wasn't good, but it wasn't like nearly as bad as it was, like, for example, when March the market was dipping, or the beginning of May when the market was dipping. So hopefully you're all watching me progress as a trader as well over time. So yeah. Levi says, just a casual 50% win. Something casual, something light. Legend has it, if you mention a stock with warrants a wild, Pablo appears. Oh, Pablo did appear in the chat. Alright, so let me keep going over the rest of the ongoing swings. it's just been I've been up since 8 o'clock, just nonstop working. So hopefully you understand why I just can't speak tonight. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we still have 62 people. Viewership has been really, really good compared to last week. I think it's maybe a combination of the video I put out on Sunday and new clover patterns. I don't know what it is, but thank you for the support, especially last night and tonight on stream. Keep hitting that like button if you didn't already. If you're not in the Discord, links in the description. If you want to join Premium, which is basically the most direct way to get into my head during the day as a trader, and a bunch of other stuff. There's a whole entire explanation video on the Premium sign-up page, but that link's in the description, and the free course is in the description as well. So XL, still just in this range. I want to start seeing this close above 580, 590 for multiple days. Until then, it's just kind of not much to talk about. The IPS was up 2% today. Honestly, I don't care. Go up 2%, down 2%. All that matters is where the swing ends up. You see what I'm saying? Like, I did not touch this chart. Why is it not showing up on the week? I did not unselect it from the weekly. Like, TradingView is really stressing me out today. And again, you all know how I love TradingView. So I really don't feel good. Like, I'm not talking bad about them. I'm just frustrated that there's some sort of a glitch. Like, I did not touch this. I promise I did not take this off my weekly. So I don't know. So like, if anybody knows a solution, please help me. I still need to clear my catch. I don't even know how to pronounce that either. But yeah, it's a weekly main idea is on the weekly for the swing. So we'll see. Neo had already hit the first target, pulled down 6% today. Still just kind of rejected that 43 area as resistance, but it closed right at this 40.62 support. So from resistance right down to support. Makes complete sense. They did have earnings after hours, I believe. It went down another 2% to 39.65 after hours. And then Trip was the swing that stopped out today. First swing to stop. I mean, there's been a couple, but really not too many swings have stopped out in the last few weeks. So it happens. You know, we've had a bunch of swing, lose 13% there and then make 53% here. It's just a game of probability and winning more on your winners than you lose on your losers. So yeah, sucks, but it is what it is. So we gave it a shot, didn't work out. Always more trades. So that was Trip, and that's pretty much a recap of the ongoing trades. So now I'm going to do a recap of a premium day trade. Cheddar Freeze asked me to look at this chart last week on stream. I looked at the weekly, it looked great. Looked at the daily, it looked great. Even last week we played calls in premium, and those worked out. And then even today we did it again. But again, last week when we played calls, we looked at it like the night before when Cheddar Freeze asked about it in the chat. And then today when we played calls in premium, even if you're not in premium, I said last night on the stream, and go back and watch it, I said I'm going to be watching MU this week. And I even said I'm going to be watching MU in the morning tomorrow. I said that last night on stream. So just watch the streams. Just watch the streams. Which you are right now. So I don't really have to ask you to watch the stream if you're watching the stream, I guess. But okay. MU highest daily candle close since like beginning of August. Beautiful. Broke out of a wedge, had an inflection zone, had classic bullish divergence on the daily. I think hidden bullish on the weekly. Like those are the variables you look for. And pretty much this morning I was looking at the 74.72 level, and I saw that pre-market it was breaking above it, so it looked like it was going to gap up, and it did gap up. And I shared calls with premium members literally I think 1 minute after the open. Like I already, even in chat, like I'm not going to scroll all the way up in the chat, but I said like a few minutes before the open I'm watching MU at the open or something along those lines. And then exactly 1 minute after the open, I shared MU calls with premium members. The premiums were $1.90 at the time, and within 5 minutes, they went up to $2.32. So they went up over 20% in 5 minutes. That was a great way to start off the day. And yeah, it was very, very simple. I already knew that the higher time frames on the weekly and the daily were looking good, and I knew that on lower time frames, it was testing the resistance yesterday. And today, it was gapping above the resistance. And then also, look what happened. It gapped above the resistance, and then it flipped it into a support, and then it went even higher. And then also, towards the end of the day, why did this not save? And you know I'm not even joking if you're in premium because I already sent this in premium. So I have to draw it again, I guess, but yeah, you also had it break out of this on the 15-minute at the end of the day, kind of a little bit of a pullback. I don't know if the market pulled back no, it didn't. So just pulled back a little bit on the last 15-minute candle. Did it just appear again? Look at this. All right, so you saw that nothing was on my chart, nothing was there. I drew what I initially drew on my chart, go to another chart, I come back, and now it's back there. Like, I just deleted the lines I just drew. I don't know what's going on with TradingView. But yeah, so that's MU. Very, very simple day trade. Like, just clear support resistance after already analyzing high time frames for multiple higher time frames for multiple days, and that was that. So yeah, did I miss anything? We talked about a good amount. I think we got everything. Oh yeah, Tesla. All right, well, let's go back to the future, or back to the past. I don't know. This is actually a good time for me to do this. For new viewers in the stream, whenever the stream is over, Medi sends me timestamps to upload. Shout out to Medi in the chat, Finance on YouTube. So if you ever miss a stream and you want to see what I talked about and you don't want to have to like zoom into your scroll bar and look for every single part of the stream, we do it for you, or Medi does it for you. I just upload it. So just a reminder, they pretty much come out like an hour after the stream is over. And they're the pinned comment, all the timestamps, and also you can just use the scroll bar like I'm doing right now to find it. But I guess I could just find Tesla here. Okay. At this point, so oh look there. Look, like I was just saying, we were talking about MU last night on stream. Let me move the chat over because that's just really confusing. But we got to look at this. All right. Did I not just click on Tesla? Where's Tesla? 58.48. At this point, so you already saw M 14 off the lead, which is and that hit the 15%. Why is Tesla not there? It's a little bit. I think either I messed up with timestamp last night or Medi did. I don't know. And then I was going to talk about Tesla. So Tesla today, I was actually thinking about getting puts on Tesla. And I'm sure a lot of people might be thinking the same after what Elon tweeted over the weekend. But so I was looking at Tesla today and I kind of noticed this. I would have made so much money today. I would have made this. I was hinting to this earlier in the stream, but if you watched last night's stream, I told you last night on stream that during the day yesterday, I was looking into getting Tesla puts, and I was debating it for like half an hour yesterday. And I didn't end up getting them. And Tesla was down like 12% today at one point. Would have made a lot of money if I would have just followed my gut decision there. So yeah, wanted to bring this clip up again. Again, I said all the time, I'm going to tell you all where I'm making money when I make money, like we just talked about. When we look at my wins and successful day trades and stuff like that, I'm also going to let you know when I make mistakes. It was like this had nothing to do with technicals or anything. It was just a psychological thing, right? I was looking at Tesla puts yesterday and, you know, I saw bearish variables on the chart. I also knew about Elon's tweet about selling 10%, allegedly. So I already knew about those variables. I had my thesis and my reasoning for puts yesterday, okay? And I did not follow through because of my emotions. The main reason I didn't get puts was because I was like, this thing just keeps running and running and running. I mean, what's the chance that I pick the one day to get puts and then the next day it drops? Like, you know, like in my mind, I was thinking like, am I really that good to get puts the day before it drops 12%? Like, who am I to do that? Well, I would have been right. And I just didn't. So, you know, you're always going to have debates and you just gotta take your emotions out of things. My emotions, they didn't lose me money. I mean, in opportunity cost, they did lose me money, but I didn't lose money for not taking puts, but I could have made money if I did. So you always just get the emotions out of your trading. Just throw them out the door. Okay. So I wanted to bring up that before we look at the Tesla chart right now. All right. So let's go over to Tesla. And yeah, I was looking at puts yesterday over here. Would have been a lot of money. I was looking at $1,050 puts. So 1050 puts, it literally closed under that. It hurts a little bit. Maybe a little bit more than a little bit. But yeah, Tesla flushed today. And just want to give an update. You have a daily bearish engulfing candle, losing positive momentum. We also looked at the EMAs last night on stream. And yeah, I talked about how yesterday was kind of sandwiched in between both these EMAs. Even today, I didn't look at it in the morning, but kind of gave up the gap fill. I don't even know if it acted as support at 11:12. Let's see if it did. I have to go down to lower time frames. Not really. It just kind of flushed right through the gap fill, and it went all the way down to, I think that's a 20 EMA. Closed a little bit under that as well. And the 50 EMA for Tesla is around $910. But yeah, just wanted to recap or give an update on the trade I never took, which I should have took. And yeah, not much I can do from technical wise apart from that on higher time frames. So that was Tesla and pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about. So thank you, Novice Trader, for a subscription, which is a good reminder for me to remind all of you who are not subscribed to subscribe. So yeah, how many subs are we at right now? We're at 3623. I don't even know if I can see how many we gained in the last day. Subscribers. Well, last 7 days, 46. Which is cool. So what's up in the chat? Vinny says, I'm debating SPY puts. I actually had a couple people message me today saying that they made money on playing puts after I was kind of talking about that potential for a pullback last night on stream. Again, just because I have an idea and I talk about on stream does not mean that you should go and blindly follow. Please always do your own research. But it was cool to see viewers of the stream profiting with the education that they're getting in the stream. Like, the whole entire goal is for you to be able to make your own theses and learn how to look at chart. What is that? To look at charts yourself, manage risk yourself. Like, literally, I'm more happy to see like all of you making money than when I'm making money, because like I try and take my emotions out of whenever I make gains. But like when I see other people make gains, it's just straight up happiness. It's the coolest thing in the world. Like, there's been so many people, I don't want to drop names, but like so many people that I've seen this year, like it's like kind of like a cycle. It's like they randomly somehow find a way into the stream. They start chatting a little bit in the stream. A little bit later, they join the Discord. Then they start asking questions in the Discord and actually applying themselves. They're not just lurking in the Discord and just trying to get handed fish. They're actually asking questions and trying to learn and asking, you know, not just like technical questions, but also like questioning why things work the way they do. I really like to see when people ask, why is this falling wedge appearing? Why do harmonics play out? Stuff like that. And then they start kind of going through the course, and just really cool to see how many people have like literally changed their whole entire, I don't know, I'm not going to say life, but like trading life in just a few months of hard work, which is super cool. That could be you if you're new to trading. Join the Discord. Links in the description. Have a good one, Zeke. Avalon, there you go. Avalon says I did with the thumbs up. Maddie says, okay, you can use my name with the clown emoji. So yeah, Cheddar Free says, I've seen so many in the Discord improve greatly. Agreed. Yeah, it's interesting, you know. I think the quality of the Discord overall has gone up an immense amount now that so many more people have such a better understanding of really how I think, but how even people smarter than me think, like Mitch Ray and Scott Carney and Bolkowski and all those people. So that's just super cool. But fortunately, growth is a little bit down in the last month and a half across the board. Discord, YouTube, Twitter is what it is. Discord going public. There was rumors. I think it was IPOF was up 5% today. Yeah. IPOF highest candle close on the daily since like the end of April. But huge. Look at the volume. I think that's like your highest volume since February. But yeah, rumors are circulating. I don't even think this is the first time the Discord rumors are circulating with IPOF. Maybe it was another SPAC, but like a lot of companies have tried to buy Discord from what I understand, or merge or whatever it is. Winter Glenn says, Medi thinks I'm joking. I didn't know the difference between puts and shorts when I joined. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that can be confusing that you can learn if you just join the Discord and actually put in the work, you know? So I'm not surprised they didn't know the difference. I mean, how could you until you actually started learning? You know, how can you know about a craft until you put time into the craft, right? SWW says IPOF is a bad rumor third time. Yeah, I don't know. Rumors are rumors. For me, I just wait until there's confirmation. Of course, there's always the buy the rumor, sell the news. I'm not saying I wait for confirmation and then I buy it, you know, at the news. Like, I'm saying for me, when it comes to like, how do I put this? Like rumors and news and pending potential deals and stuff like that, I just wait for the confirmation before I really put too much weight into it, which is why actually the video I made on Sunday night was very stressful for me to make, because you all know I really try and stay very far away from speculation. But I just wanted to do it like not even a one-time thing. Maybe I'll make other videos like that again. But obviously I was very, very clear with how many times I said it's speculative in the Sunday video, and I put disclaimers at the end in the description, but like, I was just doing it for fun. But you know, usually I try and stay away from like speculation. That video was just so many cool coincidences, and it was really entertaining in my opinion to put all of them together. Even if it's for nothing, I still think it was a really entertaining video. So if you didn't watch that, go watch the video I put out on Sunday. Champ, if we got you a solo car as a present, would you drive it or disrespect the FTM? If you got me a solo car as a present, I would not drive it. Just being honest. I mean, maybe I'd use it as like a golf cart, or maybe I'd try and do like stunts in it. That's pretty dangerous, so maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. I'd probably just give it back or sell it. It's overpriced anyways. Well, I definitely just got 5 dislikes on the stream because I said that, but whatever. In my opinion. All right, so what else? No, you're talking about a Bill Gates solo something, Porsche. I don't keep up with Solo, surprisingly. And again, I've said this all the time. I don't hate Solo. I really don't even know that much about the company. I just hate their car and how it looks, and that's my opinion. You can hate how the Fisker Ocean looks. I could care less. So yeah. Keep hitting the like button if you didn't already, and Google it, please. There's no way. Like, oh yeah, we've seen this. Yeah, we've looked at this on stream before. Actually, I'm not going to try and find the stream. But we've looked at this car on stream when I've looked through the website, and I actually said back then I liked it. This car is like 150K, right? I hate going to the Solo website, but we're going to have to. It's like a weird name. Electra Mechanica. I'm actually not going to lie. It's not a weird name. It's actually kind of a cool name. But yeah, we've gone through the website before. There's another car too. So this car is the egg car. I literally hate this car. This car, there we go. I've said previously that I do like this car and how it's designed, but it's yeah, 150K. See, I actually knew that. And then I can't remember what this one was. Which one is this? Whoa, I don't know if we've looked at this. Do they not have like any description? That car looks good. It's just like the Solo, like. So I guess it's not Electromechanica that I don't like. It's Solo. That makes sense. Is Solo just this car? What is this called? The Solo? Like, is this the Electromechanica Solo? Well, I mean, it says Solo, so that means like one person. So I guess. Did they drop the price on this? I think it was higher than that before. I can't remember. You can only go 80 miles per hour. Where's the specs? Okay, top speed is 80 miles per hour, up to 100-mile range, and then here's the thing. This is like the one that's just like, bruh. 0 to 60 in under a surprisingly, a whopping, a super fast, a time traveling 12 seconds. Where's the other half? Says Avalon. Yeah, it's not included. You actually have to get the duo package to get the other half of the car. That's a joke. Don't sue me, Solo. All right, so I think that's gonna be it for tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Like, just do it. You can do it. All right. I believe in you. I'm just waiting. All right, you did it. Great, perfect. All right, so I'll stop annoying you now since you just did it. Oh wait, you didn't do it? No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to you. Yeah, that person didn't do it. You didn't do it. All right, there you go. You did it too. All right, so there we go. We're good. You hit the subscribe and the like button. We're good. So I'll be live again tomorrow night at 9 p.m. EST. Yeah, join the Discord. If you want to join Premium, join Premium. If you want to watch, no, you have to watch the free course. Watch the free course. All those links are in the description. Have a great night. Good luck trading tomorrow. And peace out.
I'd better get you on your way.
No, I can sit here like this with you. And it isn't so bad.
I see.
Do you?
Are you crying, Mitch?
A little bit. Mostly for you and me right now, I guess. Yes.
Listen to me.
Did you have fun today?
Uh-huh.
What did you do?
Oh, things.